Remember that time that you got so drunk that you couldn't go on your bachelor party?
Yes. I'm so glad I didn't. Because if I would have tried to rally, I think I would have been left.
Did a little pre-party the night before,
left on the side of the road somewhere in Oxnard.
You were really hurting unit the next day. I was talking to my cousin, and her husband got so drunk the night before his grandfather's funeral that he missed the funeral.
Oh, that's terrible.
And he really loved him. They were very close and all that kind of stuff.
That's really bad.
And so, got together. Everybody
that's a tough one to explain to the family.
And then didn't show up. Didn't wake up until... Who has a funeral at 10 o'clock in the morning? Is that normal? I always sat there in the afternoon.
Funeral? Yeah, I think that can be normal. Because then there's usually some kind of...
wake thing afterwards?
Yeah, and that's usually a mid-afternoon thing. So
that's when you're supposed to drink.
I think that is about the right time in which to have a funeral, I believe.
8:05.
I don't know. I'm not a seasoned funeral goer by any stretch. I think I've been to 2.
543-3693. What did you end up missing because you got so drunk that you blacked out? You slept through it. You missed it. 543-3693. You can also hit us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. How many other things have you missed? Because
I missed a Mother's Day. No, was it Mother's Day? No, it was a brunch to have with the family, because I remember it was in June, so maybe it was Father's Day.
Yeah.
No, it was just. No, I think it was Father's Day. I missed a brunch once, and I got the riot out from everybody in my family. I was like, what's the big deal? My dad, I've been talking to Dad. He's not going to be there. My dad is not going to be there. So why would I go to this Father's Day brunch? And
hey, you really have a history with Father's Day.
I guess so. And and my mom was like, well, it's for Grandpa. I was like, well, it's not Grandpa's Day. It's Father's Day.
How about this?
My grandma and my grandpa, they both shunned me for like a couple months. It was bad.
We,
just to teach me a lesson.
Remember last year I went on that family vacation. My grandma paid for everybody to go. Had a cousin that got too drunk the night before. Never made the photos. Photos were at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Were the photos mandatory?
Yes.
Oh,
it was the purpose of the trip. She wanted those photos. Every time she does a trip,
is my mom your grandma? Because this is what my mom does.
The photos had to go, she has a whole hallway where all the family trips and family Christmases and all that stuff. And oh my God, we couldn't even take him.
And that's to show the world that
we
your
couldn't take
family's
him until
tight knit, right?
Until he got up, and we didn't end up getting the photos taken. We had to reschedule because the person at the resort had to move on and do somebody else's photos. So it had to be rescheduled because of this one person. There was 40.
I like to think I would be more accepting if my kids, in their 20s, we have plans to do some kind of family thing, and one of them, ties one on the night before for whatever reason. I'd like to think I'd be more accepting, but I think I'd be equally as mad.
Yeah, well, the problem is, once your kids grow up and they get older, and I don't know.
You get older too, and you turn into your parents.
Exactly.
You turn into your grandparents.
How they can be irresponsible or something, then I could see that
ski trip was probably the biggest thing that I've ever missed. I mean,
come on, are you serious?
That really was, yeah.
You beat yourself up over that one, huh?
Unless you can think of something else. Well, we kind of caused some problems here. And, we had a beer pong tournament the night before, and we had a plan. See, that's the thing. We had a plan. It fell apart because your alarm didn't go off.
Well, I'm sure it did. I probably just turned it off.
And the plan was Jeff went home before the rest of us because he was out of the tournament.
I was like,
he's
hey.
like, I'll come pick you guys up. Had a friend visiting in town. We celebrated till 4 o'clock in the morning.
And I remember you guys distinctly saying to me, okay, there's a good chance we'll probably stay up all night, so we'll just give you a call.
We tried.
And you guys made it to 45 minutes before I was going to come pick you up.
I'm going to sit on the couch for a minute. That was a mistake. I had my snowsuit on. Everybody was waiting for us on the bus, and we missed the entire ski trip. Felt terrible about it. It's not how we operate. It's a mistake.
Trisha is kicking herself for missing the send-off when they took a cruise. Is that when everybody waves at everybody that's on the...
Who cares? What did she want to laugh at everybody because they had to stay back while she got to go on some great cruise? Like, who cares?
They let everybody on early in the cruise to settle in, and they went to the bar immediately, and then
perfect.
And then they somehow missed the entire goodbye celebrations.
I don't know. Maybe that's a big deal. I've only been on one cruise. I don't remember that part. I remember coming on, and the first thing they made us do was come to the mustard station or whatever. That's where you go if the boat's sinking, and you have your life jacket on.
I tried to
some
skip
sort
that.
of like, it's kind of like when you get on the airplane and they tell you where the fire exit or the exits are. And so I thought, okay. And then we remember going back to the room, and then I went right up to the top deck and got drinks, and I don't think I waved to anybody.
Did I ever tell you about the time I tried to skip the muster thing? Because this was like our third cruise.
They take that very serious.
This is our third cruise. So we're hanging back in this like secluded hot tub talking to this other couple, and they'd been on a lot of cruises too. And we're like, hey, let's just try to skip this thing. And so we're sitting there talking, and then all of a sudden they're like, over the PA, hey, the 4 people that are in the back of the hot tub, would you please go to report to your muster station? So I show up with like a Long Island iced tea in my hand. They're like, sir, there's no drinking during the over the intercom for the whole boat. Sir, standing at muster station C, there's no drinking while you're getting the presentation. I'm like, Christ,
I love that.
I'm already on the bad
You were
graces.
that guy. Everybody's looking at you like, come on, dude. We'd like to have a drink, too.
I'm on the bad graces already of the cruise people. Jeez.
805-543-3693. You can call or text in. We've had a few good ones. I liked what John said. He said he missed the toilet. Yeah, we've all done that a few times. Thanks for hanging on, buddy. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't miss my wedding completely, but I almost did. I got married when I was 21, so a lot of my friends hadn't seen me since I turned 21. So we went out the night before my wedding, and they got me blackout drunk.
Such nice people. Good friends, huh?
Good of them.
Well, we were having a great time. I don't know if you remember back in 2000, there was a bikini bar on Monterey Street.
I don't, because I was not here, but I've talked to people that used to
talk
work
about
at
it. Yeah, we know a girl that used to be a dancer at it. They were dancers, but they had to keep their bikini on, right?
Exactly. So yeah, by the time we got to that bar, I was getting a lap dance, and they did my best man gave me a kudos over the microphone and all that, and I was getting a lap dance, and I was just trying not to vomit on the girl at that point.
Well, that would be like
sounds like a great night.
That would be. Wouldn't that be the ultimate compliment? You're giving somebody a lap dance and they vomit on you.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad I made it out of there. But
you're rethinking your career at that point. You're like, maybe I'm not as good a lap dancer as I thought I would. So you're telling me the bikini bar they used to do lap dances?
Maybe for people getting married only. I don't know. I didn't go there that often, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was. I don't have a very clear memory of the incident.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I mean that.
But I woke up I'm vomit alone in my house. Don't know how I got there, and it was very strange. My family considered me punctual.
We lost him.
He said punctual.
Oh, okay. But we get the picture. I mean, I'm sure this happens all the time. You know, it was funny because we tried to do your bachelor party the weekend before, and then your friends all got here from Seattle, and it kind of ended up being the night before. Mm-hmm. And you were probably a little hungover the day of your wedding.
Yeah, I was.
Whatever.
As a result, I did not drink that much at my wedding, which is a good thing, I think. You know, it was.
I love that we did mine ahead of time. I was completely sober when we had ours. We did the family thing the night before, and then
we did the family thing. But then my friends said, "Let's do the friends thing," and then we did the friends thing, and then next thing you know,
but that was fun. That was a great time.
People were slipping and sliding on nachos from 7-Eleven.
Somebody wrote in weekend in Vegas, MGM Grand for the Jimmy Buffett concert, but he got too drunk beforehand and missed the show. Tomorrow night, concerts in the Plaza. You guys have done it 100 times. I mean, we got Keith here from the Young Dubliners. What's up, man?
Just 98 times. Come on. Give us a break. No,
You've been doing it for a number of years.
Well, I think this is going to be our third one. We got asked to do it a couple of times, and then we thought last year was perhaps our last one until the surprise happened, and we ended up getting a new band member, and now we have to do it again.
We've talked about this.
Did you guys think that you were just going to call it quits?
Well, not as a band, but we just we were starting to think about, cutting down the touring and stuff like that, and doing different stuff. Just after 28 years of it,
right
now it's
understandable.
We've had our shot of adrenaline. And,
I mean, part of the reason why you moved up here was to chill out and relax
just
a little
drink
bit.
wine, become a complete wino, and sleep on the road. Just get back to my youth.
Is that what happens as you age? You just do a shift from beer to wine?
I think you do.
Beer
I think
and
it
Irish
is.
whiskey to
wine. Beer is sort of a young man's game, and alcoholism moves to whiskey and wine, I think.
Yeah.
Have you tried the new hard cider movement?
I'm sure I have.
Well, I mean,
whether I remember it or not, but I'm sure I've at least.
They're making some great cider here. They're going to have some tomorrow night at the at the thing. Paso Company, Jean Marie.
Yeah, I think it's so funny.
Stuff.
We found out that we are allowed to drink alcohol on stage, but no bottles of water. But this seems even more encouraging. This is encouraging alcoholism on stage even more.
You just have to refill your bottles.
Yeah, they have people there who run up and give you a little sip now and again, like a boxer.
A Dixie cup. Here you go.
Yeah, it's like
here's a full beer.
Yeah, don't spit it out. It's bad. It's bad for the round 3.
Yeah, Justin, man, how you doing? It's good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you guys.
And, of course, Keith's still here from the Young Dubliners. These two are together now. I can't wait to hear about how your life has changed since you started touring all around the world with these guys. They're going to be playing tomorrow night at the free concert show, Concerts in the Plaza. They play every year. But first, we got some business to get to. Keith, you are Irish, correct? You are 100%?
Well, who's listening out there? No, I am and fully legal. And keeping the kids.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, we don't have Trump on the line. He's not going to deport you.
Just making sure. You never know. Watch what you say.
But here's the thing. I've been telling Jeff my whole life, last 20 years that I've known him, that I'm Irish, and he doesn't believe me. But my mother's maiden name is Doyle. Is that an Irish name?
What's the sound for success? Did. Yes.
Okay.
It's definitely an Irish name.
And so my grandfather was 100% Irish. My grandmother was 50% Irish. And so, you do the math, and that makes me about 30% Irish.
So with the
37.5%.
So your grandmother was only half a person. Was there another 50% of something else?
Yeah, I don't know, Norwegian or something.
So if we were to put a Irish label on the Young Dubliners with the addition of Pakes,
Yes.
What percentage of the Young Dubliners is Irish?
About -6. No, we've always had Americans because we actually formed the band over here. But we were just saying Justin's. It's like the strength of the American gene. If I've got the 100% Irish gene, he's definitely got the 100% American gene. Even when we were in Denmark,
For sure.
The Danish we don't say a lot, but we try to talk. But I said, I would just turn to Justin and I'd say, hey, Justin, how are you digging Denmark so far? And he would just say like 2 or 3 words. For some reason, it cracked them up.
I love it here.
It was unbelievable. So I'd say, hello, everyone. I'd like to introduce you, and I speak slowly. I would introduce you to our new guitar player, Justin. He's from America. How are you finding it? And he'd go, it's just awesome. And they thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Like he was putting it on. So we did it every night. And I was like, it's the easiest joke of the night, man. I don't even know what we're saying that's funny.
Was that awkward for you at all? Obviously you're joining a band, you're touring with them, and now you sound like none of them. You sound like you're a surfer dude from California. No, I mean,
realized how Californian I am. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's,
He did when we were in Dublin, though. I did hear a couple of beat Jesuses out of him. There was definitely every now and again. See, it's growing on him. Every now and again, you get a couple of little words out there.
Has it been more than a year?
just January 1st. So just 6 months.
Oh, okay.
We threw him in at the deep end. That's why I think I told you guys in the middle of that run. But his first gig was
Yeah, the Moody Blues Cruise. Literally the deep end in the ocean.
Yeah. And then it was the second gig, so it was the Moody Blues, the Zombies, ELO, Jefferson Starship.
Wow.
And all these bands have session guys with them now. So back at the Artist Bar the night before, everybody's introducing each other. Everybody knew that this was his first show.
Wow.
So the first gig, looking left to right, was Al Stewart's players, all these legendary guys. And I just looked at them thinking like, right, you all set for a show, middle of the ocean, 3,000 people on a ship, legendary people.
Yeah, if they don't like you, they just toss you over the edge, and we just never hear from Justin anymore.
It was a
Justin.
I don't think anybody has ever been thrown in a deep end than that.
How's the transition been? I mean, is it been easier than you thought, or has it been about what is expected? I mean, you probably had to learn the entire catalog and
a lot of tunes to learn.
Yeah.
I got sick a lot from being on airplanes in the beginning, but now I think my immune system's pretty solid.
Go. Yeah.
No, that happens to everybody when you fly, right? I mean, I have to start taking like that extra vitamin C stuff way in advance.
Yeah.
You must have the strongest immune. Is it Irish whiskey? What is it? What is your secret to staying healthy?
Sometimes there's a sort of you can compare having a really strong immune system to being or almost dead. To where at this point you've got everything, so it's like, maybe one would just appear to be immune. No, I don't have the flu, a dodgy liver, but the flu is fine. But I think you do. We both done you. I mean, we were coming back off one of the gigs, and it was when the epidemic was going on, and you could hear all around us was just you're just looking at each other going, there's nothing you can do. It's been force fed to you now in every orifice. So and we all got sick. The whole band did it.
You have a new little one, right, Justin?
I've got a 3.5.
So newish.
Yeah.
Newish.
Yep, I'm new to the game.
And
pretty good.
Is a girl, right? Or
a little boy.
A little boy.
Yep.
And does he pass along sicknesses to you as well? I know that the little ones, they can.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're getting it from all angles.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm staying healthy now.
Okay.
Winter was rough.
Summer's here.
So I'm curious.
Today.
What's the largest crowd you've played to so far?
I wonder if it was the boat. Let's see, or Boise maybe. Boise was pretty big.
Yeah, I don't know. We normally play like 1,000-seaters or somewhere to that, unless we're doing open air. The stuff he's about to do now, these festivals during the summer are 10,000 people strong.
Oh, okay. So you haven't done that yet.
We've done the club so far, mostly.
There's some big ones coming up.
Okay.
So what festivals are you guys playing this summer?
We just did an LA one. We're doing, I think, in Dublin, Ohio, believe it or not, is one of the biggest Irish festivals in the country. Yeah. And then we're doing a lot of street scenes as well, city street gigs like tomorrow's gig. Mm-hmm. But probably Kansas City and Dublin, Ohio are the biggest Irish festivals in America. And you'll be jumping in the deep end.
And you come to Slow and you play this every year. I mean, you're usually one of the first couple of shows. That's really cool that. Well,
I always tell everybody that playing a gig, you're not up there sort of playing a song going, how much did I make for that one? It's much more a case of if a crowd's rocking and digging it. And the first one we did, my whole band was like, what are we doing? This is a real low money show, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what, let's just see how it goes. And I don't know about the rest of them, but I had a blast.
Yeah.
And the problem is we've always had to leave right after the gig for another state. So this is the first one we've done where there's no other gig this weekend. We're here. We shall be going out for a pint.
I love it.
Damn it.
How many concerts in the plazas with different lineups have you done?
I think I've only done 3 different bands.
But how many concerts in the plazas?
Yeah.
You probably have lost count, right?
It's at least maybe like 15 or so.
Because Truth About Seafood, Seco, and now Young Dubliners.
I think I've only had 1 year off in the past 15 years or so.
That's insane. That's insane.
He's definitely a workaholic.
Young Dubliners in studio. We got Keith here as always, who lives in Paso Robles, right?
I do indeed.
We got
Did you guys
Pates here.
This was a smoke last night. Jeez.
Oh yes, I didn't know what that was. We did smell it.
We fell asleep with the window open, and then we woke up and we're like,
like you were too close to the campfire.
What is going on?
What was this big fire? Was it up at Camp Roberts?
Yeah. There was one up in Camp Roberts.
You wake up and you're like, just another day in paradise. If I hear that one more time in Paso, at least we're living in paradise. I don't know if you see my water bill.
It's so cool that you guys can take time off your busy tour schedule to come back to Slow and to play here. You've done it, I don't know how many years, but I know every year that I can remember you've been here. So it's good to have you guys back. Justin's a part of the band now. Are you excited to play these festivals that are like, are you excited to be on that big stage where there's 10,000 people? I mean,
it's not too bad.
That would be pretty exciting. What about you, Jeff? My favorite time of the year is when we go to the fair and there's like, there's instead of, 10 people in front of us, there might be 50.
I don't care either way.
Yeah, I know
I'm
you
usually
don't
too drunk to even know or care at that point.
It's just cool to be on a big stage, and I've always I've always wanted to know what that would be like. Of course, I have no talent to play any kind of musician.
The thing about Justin is that our crowd took to him right away. So it's hilarious. We're up there thinking we're doing our rock. He's high-fiving the people in the front row and stuff. I'm like, fitting right in there, big guy. Fitting right in. Those big, sweaty Irish-American
Justin,
hands.
hit that guitar a little bit. Let me get a quick sound on it. Okay, that sounds good, guys. All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
This one is a little number we like to call Brown Dog. 2, 3. November, the leaves are on the ground. I couldn't get up, I just got in town. Cause I'm all alone, I'm waiting by the phone. I'm waiting for your calls so patiently. You fill me with worry, you fill me with fear. I'm not standing still and I'm not staying here. Cause I'm on my way, I can take it no more. So brown dog barking at the back door. So brown dog barking at the back. Woo! So up on my adventure, now where do I begin? America calls, calling again. We're jumping on the plane, we're drinking all the way. We wake up in the sunshine every day. We came for the money, we came for the fun. Remember your mother, stay out of the sun. Living the life, cause it's what we came for. So brown dog barking at the back door. So brown dog barking at the back. Woo! Here we go! We're not going home. No, we're not. No, we're not going home. No, we know you're behind us. But you'll never find us, 'cause we're on our way. We're on our way. Come on. Now, my darling, now what did you say? I know you were sad when I went away, but I'm over here, but now it should be clear I won't be going back there any day. We came for the money, we came for the fun. Remember your mother, I'm not staying here, 'cause I'm on my way, I can't take it no more. So brown dog barking at the back door. 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 Brown dog, brown dog, brown dog, no more. Brown dog, I won't be knocking at your back door.
You ready for a shot of J-Mo?
Yes. It's a beer.
Every time I listen to your music, I want to drink Jameson and
or just anything. Just anything.
yeah, actually,
with alcohol.
any kind of beer would be good to chase.
And if you're with Jameson out there, you heard that yourself, you can make some money, throw some more. All right. Medicinal purposes.
While we're on the subject, we've been asking people this morning what's the most important thing that they've ever missed due to alcohol, whether it be hungover or maybe just being too drunk and not caring about showing up. Anybody?
Jeff's was college. He was too drunk to show up to college.
Well, I showed up sporadically.
Well, I mean, you went to college. You just didn't go to class.
You know, we like to say, you know, first of all, I did miss the bus twice. I missed the bus in, I believe it was North Carolina, and the next show was in Washington, D.C., and we had one hotel room that you'd use to shower, you know. We'd obviously been out that night. I ran up there just to grab a shower before we left on the bus. I woke up in my gig clothes holding my toiletry bag. And I just looked at the toiletry bag, looked out the window, and the bus was gone. So trains, planes, and automobiles. And I made that show in DC with 25 minutes to spare.
What was the itinerary? Like you said, planes, trains, and automobiles. I mean, I
had no money. I had nothing on me, just to be gig clothes. So I called my business manager and said, "Can you put me on a train or something?" So he had to call and tell the train there. This was after 9/11, so it was still a lot of strict stuff. And the guy said, "You can't get on a train without ID." He goes, well, "How will I know it's him?" He goes, "He'll be wearing all black, probably stinky, and he'll have his toiletry bag with him, although he won't have used it." And I just remember somehow he got me on that train, and then I caught a taxi or whatever. But I remember just walking into the gig 25 minutes before the show. I walked in, and nobody said nothing. They just looked at me. I looked at them. It was mutual hatred. And 25 minutes later, 1, 2, 3. And we did it. And I mean, the handy thing was I was already dressed for the show.
Yeah, there you go.
You know? Wearing the right outfit.
Yeah.
What about you, Justin? What did you miss?
Maybe like the last couple hours of every night I ever drank.
We can all relate with that.
Yeah, a lot of people saying they don't remember, so... You're in a lot of different company here.
That's right,
Justin. Business manager. Yes. Does he just take a? Does he just not charge? Like you don't pay him as much the upcoming bill, or do you have to pay him back? Is that a Venmo type thing?
The fellow we have is unbelievable. He's been clearing up my messes for quite some time. More of a nanny than a business manager. But he's been a buddy of ours for years. So he'll come in and jump in and help out with stuff like that, do all the taxes and stuff. But
nice.
We're control freaks. We manage ourselves now. And the only thing we don't do is book gigs. We do have an agent still because that is a large pain in the arse.
Yeah,
dealing with that part of it. But other than that, he's the old days when you started out, you had everything. You had a lawyer, a business manager. Everybody's on a percentage of every freaking thing, and they're all having a great old time, and you're sitting there going, "Anybody want to buy me a pint? Because I'm just giving you all my money, you jacket."
The life of a musician.
Exactly. YoungDubliners.com. You guys got some great apparel you can pick up. Will you sell that tomorrow? Will you have any of that at the show?
Indeed.
You have that there? Okay.
Absolutely. We'll even sell band members, whatever you want. It's all for sale.
Have you been back for a while, or have you guys been on the road, or what's been going on right now with the band?
Got back Monday, did we?
We've been doing a little bit of Weekend Warrior stuff, and then I think the festival season's really picking up, so it's going to be some road time here coming up.
What do you miss when you're gone from this area, both of you?
Well, you miss the family, obviously, is the worst part. That's the hardest part of all of this, is especially with Justin. We've been doing it for years, but it's amazing. He's an amazing family who allowed him to do this, because we did it. Like I say, we grabbed him. We did a whole American tour for a month and then went straight to Europe and did a month in Europe, and there was no gap in between it or nothing coming home. So I think it's the only thing that we always try to explain to everybody is we just did a trip to Colorado where we drove 2,600 miles in 4 days. We drove to a festival, did it, and drove back just because logistically we needed our own equipment. They didn't have
What do you do, rent a bus or an RV?
We did this in a van and a trailer. If it's this side of the Rockies, if we're not going out for a long time, we don't do the bus, because the bus is, you don't get hotels, you're stuck in the bus all the time. So Justin would probably love it. We got freaking bored of it. It was submarine life. Everybody eventually was like, I'd kind of like to have my own hotel room now. Yeah. But the summer is predominantly weekends, except for July. We'll be out for a couple of weeks because there's a lot of stuff that tied together where it's nuts to go back.
Who has to drive? Do they make you drive?
It's sort of a rotating lineup.
Oh, okay.
Well, when we do those drives, we have what we do a lot is we leave the van in the middle of the country, and people go in and pick it up and take it to another place first. Then we fly in, do those shows, we fly home. The van moves to the next. Otherwise, you're not getting your own gear.
So where's the van at now?
The van right now is at my house.
Oh, okay.
It just came back from Colorado, but it's heading for Sturgis. Is where it's going.
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
The tour starts. It's in Sturgis, and then goes back into Wyoming and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a weird one. There's never any rhyme or reason. If you look at our tour dates, you'd say to yourself, "All right, we need to get these guys a map. We need to know America."
Well, I see that you're playing some Southern California shows coming up.
Yes, this month will be our sort of more Southern Cali.
All right, cool. You guys want to play another song?
Sure.
All right, check them out online. Go to youngdubliners.com. We got Keith and Justin in studio hanging out with us tomorrow at Concerts in the Plaza. It's a free show. You just got to show up. What time does it start, Jeff? 5:30? 6?
5:30.
And as I learned the hard way, it's a 2-hour show. And you have to play for the entire 2 hours.
Yes, you do.
I think Jeff knows this.
There's a gal there that will let you know that nope, you have 3.5 minutes to fill.
Well, what's funny, and
they're like, really?
Yeah, another encore.
And I don't blame them. It's just at the time I didn't realize that. So we did our show, and I'm like, that's it. Good night, slow. We love you.
I remember that.
Yeah, we all get off stage, and then we're like, you're not done, are you? And I'm like, oh, you got the big wave.
Where were you, 7 minutes? There was maybe 7 minutes left?
It was definitely short. But apparently they'd run out of beer completely at the Firestone. Based on what you said, apparently we encourage that sort of behavior.
Yes, you do.
So I think they ran out of booze, so the guy was like, no, that's fine. We're out of booze anyway. But last year, I think we overplayed. Last year they were trying to get me off. That's it. That's enough. We're killing the mic. No, but my mother told me years ago. Come on, everybody. Hey.
So maybe the pendulum will fall right in the middle this time.
We're going to
around.
hit it.
Yeah.
They need to get a clock up there is what they need to do.
It's going to be like a clock. You literally hear, good, boom, at 7:30.
All right. Yeah, check it
And
out.
then I'll probably be in McCarthy's by 7:32.
It's a
what I'm
great,
guessing.
fun show, and there's booze, which is cool. Like he said, Firestone beer. They got G. Marie cider down there now, and Chamisol's doing the wine. If that's your game, they do like a Pinot and a Chard, and it all starts 5:30 tomorrow night downtown at the Mission Plaza. All right, guys, let's do it.
One more this an Irish song from our cover album that we did called With All Due Respect, The Irish Sessions. This is one about fighting the British. It seems to be a popular theme with our stuff. 'Twas down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair rode I. Those armour lines of marching men, squadrons passed me by. No pipe did hum, no battle drum did sound its dread tattoo, but the Angelus bells or Liffey swell rang out o'er the foggy dew. Woo! Right proudly high over Dublin town, they hung out the flag of war. 'Twas better to die neath an Irish sky than at Sue-Blasted Elbar. And from the plains of Royal Mead, strong men came hurrying through. And while Britannia's hung to their long-range guns, sailed out o'er the foggy dew. Woo! As England bade our wild geese fly, small nations might be free, but our lonely graves may soothe as waves on the fringe of the great North Sea. Oh, had they died by fierce's side, nor fought with cold brew, and shared their names who keep for the fiend and sleep neath the shroud of the foggy dew. Go! Bravest fell as the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear. For those who died at Easter tide and the springtime of the year. And the world did gaze with deep amaze at the fearless men but few, who bore the fights of freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew. Who bore the fights of freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew, might shine through the foggy dew, might shine through the foggy dew.
Young Dubliners, youngdubliners.com, online tomorrow night at the concert. What was that? What's that last line? What are you saying?
Might shine through the foggy dew.
Foggy dew. Okay,
Yes.
not the farty dew.
That's the
I
thing. In
apologize.
Ireland, the actual
I was
song-
I don't have very good hearing. Jeff will tell you that, but I wasn't sure what exactly that
Well,
was.
the actual song is it's the foggy like dew, as in the dew that falls. In Ireland, we pronounce that dew. So I'm over
Dew.
here, so I'm over here going, the foggy dew. And I thought to myself, you know what? It's time to, the gap between Ireland and America needs to be addressed now. We don't say garbage. We don't say sidewalk. We don't say dew in that way. So, yes, so I had to sort of realize that was being misinterpreted.
Pronunciate.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's cool.
But it is dew, as in the dew that falls on one when preparing for battle with the British.
Well, dude, it was great to see you again. I haven't seen you in a long time, Justin.
it's awesome to be here.
And it's always great to see you, Keith. We always have such a great time.
Thank
And
you for your continued support.
You come in anytime. I know you guys are busy all over the place. So you got a couple California shows, and then you're off to play festivals all summer long.
And we plan to do a club date here before the end of the year, a good sweaty old, maybe one of the venues, the newer venues around or whatever.
That would be nice.
Haven't zeroed in on that yet. But we will also be, we started doing every year October in Los Osos at the Sea Pines thing, which is a great laugh.
Oh, is that something you'll do again?
Yeah, Rocky's great. We did it a couple of years now, and it's just, it blows me away because it is this area. You see the hippies, the business people, the kids. You look out there and you go, only in this area would you have an audience as diverse as you're getting now. So we love it.
Oh, and Los Osos turns out so good for that Barefoot on the Green
the weather
series.
I mean,
it's
we tried to tie it in with some sort of a fundraiser for something that's going on, but it's a blast, and it's anything local gets us home. In the schedule, it's a great way to get home and spend some time with the family while still making a couple of shows.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
Have a good morning.